Okay, this is Joe with Salt Strong, and we're going to run through some of the basics you need for fly tying. We're going to have our basic fly tying vise. These start at about between $20 and $30, and the sky's the limit. Then you've got something to hold your thread. You've got a fly finishing tool. You've got a needle point. You've got your tweezers, and you've got your scissors. Now there are specific names on these. A bobbin, this is your bobbin, this is your bodkin, this is a whip finish tool. These are still called tweezers, and those are still called scissors. And then vices vary. You know, you can, here's a $70 vise, here's a $200 vise. It just depends on what you want. But for starting out, really you can get into this for about $30, probably about $4 or $5 on each of the tools, so probably somewhere around $50 and you're tying flies. Now materials, you need to buy different types of materials. Some of the better materials that I find for fly tying, I don't find in a fly shop. And I'll give you a small example. They make something called the Big Fish Fiber. This is a package of fly tying material bought out of a fly tying shop. Big Fish Fiber. And back in the 80s, this was $4.50. Well, it was a product named Cakelon. You can go in to any beauty shop. Oops, let me turn this around for you. This costs $4. So you can save a ton of money by buying these hair extension, hair braids. And as you can see, I've got color after color. I've got tan, I've got brown, I've got purple, I've got chartreuse, I've got every color under the rainbow. There's a gray, there's black, there's just everything. $4 a piece as opposed to $4.50 for a tiny little bit. You're tying flies probably for life. The same thing holds true for hooks. Here we've got a package of hooks, $1.99 for 10 hooks. Okay, $2 for 10 hooks. These 100 hooks cost me, I think they were $7.50 for 100. If you can buy in bulk, just like most things, you're going to make a better deal. And you know, as you get into this, you're going to, just learning to tie a fly, you're probably going to have to tie a dozen before you get to the point where, oh hey, I'm starting to get this where it's looking really good. So expect to, you know, need a lot of hooks. As we go forward, you know, scissors, you can buy different brands of scissors, and they can cost various prices from maybe, you know, $3 or $4 up to $30 or $40. This is a Wasatch scissors, which is a great scissors. You can take it apart, you can sharpen the scissors and reuse them, but they're a $35 scissors. Do you need that? No. It's kind of nice to have, but it's a pretty big expense for starting out. Couple more materials that you can save money on. Here's a fly. It's a crab fly. Looks really nice. If I turn that thing over, some of you are going to recognize that. That is a fingernail that women use on their fingers. Here we go. There's a whole package of them. They even give you the super bond to use if you want to glue it to the hook. And I honestly can't remember the price of those, but it's a lot cheaper than buying this stuff at a fly shop. I can promise you that. The sky's the limit. You can spend as much as you want or not. I go into Hobby Lobby and I like to buy foam from Hobby Lobby. So here I've got foam that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It probably has the price on here. Well, I guess it doesn't. I want to say these were $1. And this is cut in half because I couldn't fit it in my box. So here's a piece of white foam, which is perfect for, you know, poppers, or if you're tying gurglers, that is absolutely perfect. I also, back to my, the synthetic hair that you can buy. You know, you can cut these into little shanks, if you will, so that it's easier for you to haul them around instead of hauling around that big thing. And again, these are, you know, $4 for that huge package. That's all this is, and it is exactly the same product a material that I bought from that fly shop so very long ago for a pittance of the cost. Here's another. You go into our own Ace Hardware, and they sell these little mop heads. Okay, well, there's a fly that we use down in the alligator alley when we're fishing for the Mayan cichlids. It's called a mop fly. That's the piece you need. This thing, I think this costs $1 for these. But if you buy these online, it's like $5 for one little piece of this thing, let alone a whole package of all this material in all these different colors. It's just amazing. You go out there and look. Hobby Lobby is a pretty good source. You can find a lot of stuff in there. Here's another Hobby Lobby product. I love tying some little redfish flies out of, where is it here? Right here we go. This is a barred-tailed fly. It's a good long fiber. Makes an excellent little bait fish fly. Just fantastic. If you tie a bend back or something, $2.99 for all this. For $2.99, you wouldn't get half of this out of a fly shop. So here you're getting, and this is doubled over, remember now. So, you're getting a lot of material for less than half the price. So when you're looking at this stuff, just think of the length of the fibers that you need. You don't want to get it too short. If it's too short, it's not going to do you any good. But if you can get that long length fiber, that is all you need on maybe a size 2 hook. Think about 2 hook lengths approximately. That's all you need to do. Here's another little piece of advice. You see this? That's a little swatch. You know where I got that? I called up a company that sold fabric, and I said, I'm looking to buy fabric. Do you have any swatches? Yep, they have swatches. Guess what? They sent me that. 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 All of this was free. All I had to do was call and ask. These are long. I told them what I wanted, long fibered swatches. Some of these even have flash in them. How good is that? I don't even have to spend money on flash. So there's a lot of little things you can do to cut corners, save money, and guess what? In a lot of cases, it's the exact same material you're buying out of a fly shop. Now, they may not know that, or maybe they do, and they don't want to let the cat out of the bag because they need to sell their product. I understand they're a business too. But if I can outsource it and find some of these materials for a much lesser price, then I'm all over that, Glues. Buy this glue. I think I got this at Bass Pro, and I think it was $5.99. Maybe it was $4.99. Then you go in to buy Sally Hansen, Hard as Nails. Works just as well, with one exception. It kind of leaves a little glossier head. 9 times out of 10, I like and want a glossy head. So instead of buying another material to make a glossy head, not only do I have my glue, but I also have my material to make a glossy head. And a tip to you, if you buy this stuff, you can buy it that is UV resistant. Let's see. And that stuff is phenomenal. Same, Sally Hansen, again, Hard as Nails. Maybe, I guess it costs a little more, but the UV resistance means it won't yellow. It won't fade nearly as quickly. Not that I really have a problem with that, because most of the time my flies are pretty well chewed up by the time it starts to fade. But hey, if if your flies are going to last a long time in your box and you're not using them quite as much, then you want the UV resistant stuff, right? I mean, we're in sunshine every day. We're out there just about. Definitely UV every day. So those are little tips. You can buy a 10-pack of super glue in these tiny little tubes. This tube costs $1.99, $2, okay, from a fly shop. You buy a 10-pack for $5. Now I've got same size tube, but I got 10 of them for $5 as opposed to 1 for $2. They have a different name on them, sure, but they're super glue. They work exactly the same. Another thing I'll do, instead of coloring my head maybe with a marker, you can buy, again, a fingernail polish and color the head. You wouldn't believe the looks I get from people when I walk in buying fingernail polish. I tell them I'm a fly tyer, and they go, yeah, right, pal. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. It saves a ton of money. Not only do you glue the head, but you color it all in one stroke. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so here we've got our Dumbbell Eyes. Okay, here I've got a package, $2.99 for a package of, I believe it's 10. I believe that's what it is in there. So there's my $2.99 for 10. I guess what? I went down to Hobby Lobby and I found some of the eyes they had. I got this package for 5. There's 100 in there of this package. The only difference is it's got a little indentation here in the dumbbell eye. Well, you can do a lot of things. First of all, you could take a daub of paint, drop it in there, and you got your colored eye. Another thing you can do, if you have the eyes that you usually stick on a bait fish fly, guess what? Put a drop of super glue in there, make sure you got the right size to fit inside, push it in, and you are good to go. You can have a 3D eye on your dumbbell eye. Just another inexpensive way to go in your fly tying endeavors. Okay, and if you have any other questions, if I can help, I'm always willing to help. Just let us know at the bottom of the video and we'll do everything we can to answer your questions.
Hey there, it's Joe Simons, one of the co-founders here at Salt Strong, and have you claimed your free pack of these irresistible Slam Shady paddle tail lures? We designed this lure with over 12,000 serious inshore anglers, including many full-time guides, to go out there and catch more redfish, more speckled trout, more snook, more flounder, more inshore saltwater slams. And if you want a free pack to try out a sample yourself, click down below right now. We have one free pack per angler while supplies last. Click down below right now.